Yeah, grade 10s, let's look at the possible answers to this question paper that I've just written today. And we see what we can get out of this. All right. The instructions, and we come to this. Question number 1. Determine the term income. The word income simply means income. In your simple words, you could say it's the money one receives. You can say that. Or the money that comes into the household. Money coming. All right? Income. Receiving money. So we can say amount of money one receives. Amount of money one receives, one gets, or a household that, household, a home. What type of expenditure is a loan repayment? Types of expenditure we have variable, fixed, occasion. But then loan repayment, it's fixed. Why? You pay the same amount of money every month. So it's a fixed type of repayment. Fixed expenditure, this one. It's a fixed what? Expenditure. Choose the correct answer from the options listed below. When your income is more than your expense or expenditure is called a profit. You understand? You get a positive number, so it's a profit. So name one commonly used measuring instrument. Now, measuring instrument. If you talk of weight, measuring weight, it will be the weighing scale. If you're talking of length, these are two answers. We are looking at the tape measure, or if it's on paper, we usually use a ruler. Then if you are talking of distance covered by a vehicle, you will talk of the odometer. We call it the odometer. All right, all these are instruments usually used for measuring. Okay, but they're saying one commonly used, so the best answers could be here. Ruler and measuring tape. However, they never specified which measuring are they looking at. State whether the following statement is true or false. Assembly diagrams are labeled and noted images that show step-by-step instructions. True. And this marks the question, or this marks the end of question number 1. All right, let's look at question number 2. The graph below shows or provides a summary of the total income and expenditure of South African government for 2020, 2021, and 2021-2022 financial years. Okay, during which financial year do you think the biggest profit or loss was made? Explain your answer. It's a 2021, 2022. Why? The expense or the expenditure is greater than the income. It's greater than the income. And when we just look at it, a rough estimation, let's see. We shall look at this, which is what? Income 411 minus 415. 415, this approximately, it's that much. You have a 4. Whereas when you come to this, it's 446 minus 495. and you have a negative, you have a 49. Look at that. So the expense, it's in this year here. Okay, let's continue and we see. Calculate the profit or loss generated by the South African national government during 2020, 2022, 2021 financial year. Now all you have to do is to substitute into that, pick the right numbers. Now, profit or loss, but all you start with income minus expenditure. So let's come in and we say our income, because we are looking at this year here. So the income, it was 411,000, 0 minus 415,475, 30. So use our calculator to avoid wrong answers. Let's use our calculator to avoid wrong answers. We shall say 411,085, 411,085 minus 415,475, which is 415,475 and 30. So when you do that, you get an answer as 2,000, and it's a negative. In other words, it's a what? It's a loss. Calculates the profit or loss generated by. So we have calculated and we've ended up saying it's a loss. Why? It ended up giving us what? A negative. And this brings us to the end of question number 2. Let's look at question number 3. Question number 3 says Mrs. Spritter bought a new sewing machine. With the help of the diagram below, provide instructions to in the correct order on how to wind a bobbin of a sewing machine. Write down only the corresponding letters in the correct order. So now here it was not that much clear, all right? But let's think about it and we see. Yeah, since you're going to wind, the instruction says, okay, we start with okay, we have A, then B, C, and D. So we start with this one will be the first one. Guide the thread from the bobbin cotton wool to reel the. Yes, sir. This is one. We are guiding. Actually, it's this one here. Then we have the next one is guide the cotton reel into the bobbin hole to lock it and then insert the bobbin into the bobbin wind. You see that? So which is this one here. This is number 2. The number 3, turn on the power and start winding. This is number 3. Turn on the power and start winding. And lastly, remove the bobbin from the bobbin wind and cut off. This is number 4. We look at question number 4. Below is a floor plan of Annelie's house. Next to the floor plan is a key for symbols used in the floor plan. Use this to answer the questions that follow. Anyway, Use the key table to determine the number of windows shown on the plan. So anything that looks like this, it's a window. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know whether you've seen that. 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so we shall say they're asking the key, determine the number of windows. So we've seen there are 9 windows. Identify the type of scale used on this map. This is the scale. Remember, we only have 2 scales. We have what we call the number scale and the bar scale. So the number scale, identify the type of scale that is, so here this one's called the number scale. Explain the meaning of the scale 1 is to 110. Meaning, we already say the one on the left is on paper, so we shall say 1 unit on paper equals or represents equals to 110 units. You can say in real life or reality. Or you can say on the ground. You want to say on the ground, you can say in real sense, like in actual sense, in real life. Okay, this is the meaning of the scale. Write down the southern scale length of the write down the scale length of the southern wall on the floor. All right, so the southern wall, how are you going to, now this is the north, meaning this is the south. If this is the south, this is the west, and if it's like that, this is the east. Why am I saying that? Because the map, the north is this side, this is the north, this side. Okay, so they are saying write down the scale length of the southern wall. You can write it as 7, what? 7,6 centimeters. You see that? Then determine the actual length in meters of the eastern wall using the given scale. So this is the eastern wall. This is the length. So we need this in. So we are going to say 1 is to 1, or we can say 1 is to 110. Then if it's like that, ask yourself, what about if I have 8,6? What is it going to be? What are we going to do? We are going to cross multiply, meaning our scale, or our measurement will become that much times what? But remember, when we do this, these will be what? Centimeters. Afterwards, we need to change them to meters. Why? They want the answer in meters, meaning you will have to divide by 100. Okay, let's come here and we say 110 times 8,6. We have 946 divided by 100, and the answer becomes 9,64. These are now what? Meters. The eastern wall. Okay, Annele invested 80,000 a year ago at a simple interest rate of 7.5%. She would like to use this money for an overseas trip. Calculate how much money she will have available after the investment period. Show all your calculations. And what are we going to do? Remember, the moment it's simple interest, you know what to do. Right? Have they told us a period? They never. So it's 1 year. So simple. It will be 7.5 times over 100. Times this, whatever you get here, this will be interest. So which becomes 7.5 over 100 times 80. So you have 6,000. So this is 6,000. So they're asking you, calculate how much money she will have available after. So we add on her money that she had invested. So in other words, she will have, it's 86,000 at the end of 1 year. At the end of 1 year, she will have that much. So we continue. That marks the end of question number 4. Let's look at question number 5. Clinton would like to have a swimming pool built at his place. Carefully study the picture of the swimming pool and answer the questions that follow. Allow me use some ink here. Okay. Name one reason why it is important to use water sparingly. Please, this one, never leave it unanswered. Why do we spare water? You know, we have different answers. Though some people have other unreal answers, but then, anyway, let's continue. You give a reason there. Why do you spare water? Okay, calculate the perimeter of the entire swimming pool. What are we going to do? First and foremost, we look at it and we ask ourselves, what shape does it take? Indeed, it has no particular shape, but it's in the form of a rectangular shape. So it's made of two rectangles. It's made of two rectangles. What do we do first? Since we are looking for the perimeter, all right, and therefore this is 6.2 meters, and definitely this becomes 1,2. It cannot be 18 yet. This side here it's 8. That's impossible. And it cannot be 62 yet. This side here it's what? 8. No. The reason why we get this 1, and this, when we add them up, they should give us this answer here. Okay. Whereas the same story here, this is 5. That means from here up to there, these are 7 meters. All right. Now, since we have a shape like this, what we do? We can label this as A, B, we have C, D, E, and F. Perimeter, we are moving around the shape. We move around the shape. That's the perimeter, total distance around a given shape. Anyway, what we're going to do is to find out. I should add around, and you say, I'm saying I have side 1, this is side 2, side 3, side 4, side 5, and side 6. So meaning when I add side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3, side 4 plus side 5, and plus side 6, I should get my perimeter, which is going to be 12 plus 8 plus this 5 here plus the 1,8 plus the 7 plus the 6,2. Let's try to add that up. So it's going to be 12 plus 8 plus 5 plus 1, plus a 7 plus a 6,2, giving me the answer as 40. So here the answer becomes what? 40. Don't forget the units. These are 40 meters. Let's see someone who has used the formula here, but the formula won't work out nicely. Anyway, let's find out and we see. Okay, remember the formula says P equals to L plus what? W. Now we take the full mark. So here we shall say our length is 12. This is the length. And the width is what? 8. So we shall say 2 into 12 plus 8, which is the same as 2 times 20. The answer also became what? 40 meters. The formula not usually works, but sometimes it works according to the calculations. Okay, those are 4 marks. Don't forget the units. Clinton stated that the total area of both swimming pools will be 84 meters squared, rounded to the nearest square meter. Verify showing all calculations. Now, in this scenario, we're going to divide these two swimming pools. We shall divide these two swimming pools. But remember, you're proving, because remember this guy says the area of both is 84. We want to prove that. So what we're going to do is to find the area of the first one. We are going to find the area of the first one. Okay, allow me use which color? Okay, let me use this. So I'll call this A and I'll call this B. So meaning area of A will be L times B, of which its length is 12 and its, now here we go, its width will be this one here, because I'm only stopping here. This is what I'm calling A. So its length being 12, its width being what? 6,2. And the answer becomes 12 times 6,2. So the answer there is 74,4 meters squared. Leave that one alone. Now we come to B. We are looking at this one here. What shall we say? We shall say area of B, still is a rectangle, becoming what? L times. Now this one, its length will be 5 and its width will become 1,8. So being 8 times 1, that much, and we look for the answer. When we look for the answer, we pick our calculator and we say 5 times 1,4. Sorry, 1,8. We get it as 9. Don't forget these are meters what? Squared. We are not yet done. Why? The area of both swimming pools. So the area of both swimming pools, meaning area of A plus area of B, should equal to, I'm trying to add them up. This one gives me 83,4 meters what? Squared. Anyway, let's try to round off to the near, because they said to the nearest meter squared. So this to the nearest meter squared gives us 83 meters squared. Remember, the person was claiming to say, or the person claimed to say, or the person claimed saying both of them should equal to 84 meters squared. We've got 83. So please learn how to conclude, and we shall say the answer or the claim is what? Incorrect. This brings us to the end of the paper. Thank you very much.